What's up guys, it's Talon here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at how you can improve your W keying skills in the new season by analyzing one of NA East's best mechanical players, and that is LG Joji. But before I get into this review guys, if you do enjoy my content or find what I'm telling you helpful, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. Also, if you wish to support me, use code Talon.fn in the Fortnite item shop, #ad. But without further ado, let's just jump right in. Alright guys, as you can see on the screen we have Joji's POV. This is going to be gameplay from the new season, and this is going to be two 15 plus kill arena solo victories, so a lot of W keying to go over, and Joji is definitely an arena grinder, a grand finalist, 70,000 arena points in this video. He's going to be landing Slurpee Swamp. Now he starts off, gets a little bit of pre-fight damage right here. Off-spawn fights are always a little bit kind of scary, but fortunately for Joji, he's landing Slurpee, so he's going to get good free shield. And the opponent runs away with the launch pad again. Launch pad is going to make keying very, very fun to go over this season. A lot of just aggressive gameplay this season. I like it. It's much improvement compared to last season's motionless meta. It's a free elimination on the opponent who runs away. Now, UFOs have been removed from comp. Just want to point out, UFOs have been removed from comp due to server performance, so they may be back, but as of right now are not in the game, and it's pre-season, so anything to change, you can track beam.
Is that a frog?
And as the person is pulling a frog, one way you can prevent yourself from getting tracked is shooting that particular thing, which Joji just did right there. Now he sees an opponent who's AFK on the bus, gets a free elimination there as well. There's going to be a lot of fights off here. You're going to see him use very bad loot. This is another thing, not really having great access to upgrade stations, just because gold is very hard to come by, and you need a lot of it to upgrade. Only way to do it is really do a lot of payphone challenges. Good crosshair placement after you're actually getting pieced up. But good crosshair placement allows him to end up winning. Still at Slurpee Swamp. And those purple POIs, as you see right there, that is where alien dropshits will appear. Good attempt at a pre-fire. Notice it then makes an escape route right there. That's a right-hand peek as well. Now, the rule to getting bigs off. Again, trying to get a big off, you need either big counter shot or you need to create a lot of space. And eventually does get that off. He does a nice little exploit. Classic gets in. Beneficiary of a third party right there. Now upgrades from a gray to a green pump. So you're going to see some true skill on here. Now gets all the pieces right here. Now this opponent is going to continually just spray. Notice how quick the mechanics are. He has this opponent still full box cracked. And then I just want to talk about, because this is how you could kind of give, it's probably a controller player, just the way he's playing, either that or he just doesn't have a shotgun. Now, when he gets into this engagement, it starts off a little bit scuffed, because he misses some shots, but you're going to see just the piece control and the mechanics on display here, a very important aspect. So, makes the edit there to get the ramp through, and then finishes the full box, creates a right hand peek. Now notice as soon as he makes that edit, he ducks, change eye level, opponent actually shoots out the ramp, and then that causes Joji to miss. The opponent actually makes a good ramp flip. Quick mechanics, quick recovery, makes a right hand peek, hits for 92, so at good health advantage. He does the same thing to throw a cone in there. It's probably confidence you're ping, misses a shot. Now this is very, very good. Escapability, make sure you can get out and reset the fight. Now the opponent is full boxed. He holds that back wall, creates an angle where the opponent's not looking. I don't know why he switched to build on there. Maybe a misclick because you have that ramp edit in there still. There's nothing to build, but ends up getting just not a lot of panic in that situation, which was incredibly scuffed with the opponent just spraying at him. Those are the type of people that always tend to eliminate, that aren't as skilled as you, just kind of barrel stuff you with ARs. He makes a good recovery. This opponent is getting shot by the rapid fire SMG that has infinite ammo. Immediately notices that wall isn't his. This is a common move you also seeing Mongrel do right here. It doesn't end up working out. You'll get people, especially when you're weak, who are over aggressive, when they take this front wall, like right here, what they'll end up doing is you immediately create a back room of your own, create space, create a box, and then you can edit this through, because if they come through, you can get a free pump. So let's notice how he's sitting there, waiting to see if he gets that, but opponent doesn't come through. Gets the wall, one tap, takes it, cone slides, nice little crack. Notice attempts to get through right here. He does get that ramp in. Now you want to get that fight over because the entire building's on fire. Now that does tick for 15 still, quite a bit. Opponent using fireflies. You see some more UFO gameplay and still a lot of people around this area. Still at Slurpee. Mongrel Classic attempt, the opponent actually gets out. Now he's fighting a lever, which is going to have better fire rate. You can see the mechanics are absolutely crazy. Notice that step back right there as well. Always having an escape route. Really good W key is always having an escape route to make sure they don't get piece controlled. He gets that back wall right there. Good cone manipulation as well. Decides to go up. Opponent's doing a good job of walling him off right there, but beautiful. That's a right hand peek as well. He flips the ramp, cracks. He already has everything. This opponent is basically trapped in all of Joji's pieces, and he holds a right hand peek. Just patience, noting that opponent is constantly going for the piece control, and you can tell the mechanics are absolutely on point, but just the angles as well. So right here, he notices he has that wall. This is a right hand peek, so notice he edits that, flips that ramp, ducks back. It's incredibly difficult to hit this angle. Now he gets here, he makes sure he holds the wall, he flips the ramp, gets a free crack because he knows he has front wall right here, immediately cracked, and he goes for that box. The opponent, I actually believe, gets it. I'm not actually sure because that is the opponent's, but then right here he notices immediately, oh, I have a right hand peek. Boom, finishes the fight. And we're off to
the lever's like better than the pumps now.
A quick 7. The answer is no, the lever is not better than the pumps.
The only thing I don't like is how at the beginning of the games, there's like robots and UFOs.
No more UFOs.
They shoot at you and like they're not even real people. Like that's just the only thing I don't like.
Now he tries doing the thing where you kill with a car. We'll kind of skip through it because he doesn't end up doing it. He just ends up falling. Gets a nice little Now this opponent's full box here. Now that's a 50-50. He's just had better crosshair placement than his opponent. Now this opponent's full box, so a great way to do is this. You constantly see this. Now the UFO kind of boxes his shot. He creates a wide edit. So this edit, you think, oh, that's pretty bad. It's wide open. He's got significant health advantage. He's just cracked him white. So he just wants to end the fight because there is a third party. That's exactly what he ends up doing. Opponent takes the wall in one try. Kind of psychos him. Now Slurp Cannon, fantastic for W keying. Quick heals, but it does take up 2 slots. Good. Notice how his peaks are always maximized with movement, ducking to the left.
Did he just drop his
And
spaz for normal
the opponent accidentally drops his spaz. Having a spaz this season is incredibly strong. Especially the earlier you have it, the better off you are. Like I said before, talking about how the upgrade stations aren't really used as much, and the opponent gets full pieced.
You just dropped the triple pump for a blue one.
I see his opponent right here, and he uses the boat to make this engagement incredibly scuffed. He smartly accelerates through. Trying to hit a clip. Waste a lot of mats. Now he full boxes. That was kind of nasty. He's going to clip it anyways. He talks about, but good Mongrel Classic, good piece control, editing with the blueprint. Editing through with the blueprints.
Oh my.
And you can see also probably a reason
so scary.
like this is just going to spam out your maps when mat capped.
There's not like a single cooldown at all.
Yep, there's no cooldown. But good thing launch pads are back as well. Now you heard him fry him off shield earlier, and then someone else joins in on the fun. I don't think they're completely broken. I think there maybe need to be a little bit of a cooldown. You can bring it back, but the server performance is already horrendous, so I'm glad they took it out. I have the worst servers in any competitive game. This opponent's taking shield out in the open. Using a UFO, probably a good sign, indication of skill level. And then Slurp Cannon's so good for always having ways to heal. Up to 11 kills. We're W keying incredibly well.
Grenade gun need to go. Okay, that That like shakedown gun, the like scanner, is really OP.
That is true.
The railgun's not that OP.
Railgun's just an annoying mechanic, in my opinion. Right here, sprays through. Crack 160. Gets a nice right hand peek. Tries the full box here. Gets the wall one try. Sprays through. Opponent still getting away. Still trying to track where he is. Sprays through with the AR. Opponent eds on him. He also gets a ramp in. Takes the wall with the shotgun. And then makes a really wide edit because he's at significant health advantage. It's really the only best time to do it is because when you want a nice clean shot of your opponent when they're very, very low. Now notice we're going to get a nice little pickaxe bait right there. Just talk about these two little engagements right here because they are important aspects of W keying. Pickaxe baiting is one of the best things you could do. Also shooting through with a shotgun, which is kind of the tac shotgun's job. One of the advantage of the tac shotgun, but this is also, you can do this with the pump as well, especially when reset metal, it's really good. So you see the opponent right here. Now, usually when you throw a ramp up, you'll actually get your own ramp in if you have turbo build on, obviously. And so notice 42 HP on the wall. Shoots through with the shotgun. Spaz is able to do that. And then he sees the opponent's on his own ramp. Like, this is one of the most scuffed positions to defend, and he's got his own ramp for protection. So making that wide edit is smart. And then this is just another example of just, one, having good ping, being able to hold this ramp right here. And then he makes the edit with the ramp right here. He takes out the pickaxe right here to bait his opponent, make him think that he's trying to take the ramp. And the opponent not being very intelligent. He actually wasn't even within swinging range. And the opponent makes an easy edit out. And Joji is going to get a gold spaz. And through this gold spaz, I believe you're going to see just kind of a very nice bailout with no mats. And it just shows that also a clutch factor. But let's continue to get in. Good full box. The guy he's fighting is actually pretty solid here. You see the mechanics here on display. Look at the retakes.
Alright, the deal. Got it. Trash?
And the fire rate, so I would not recommend taking this pulse rifle for anything other than storm surge tags. Its wall pressure is horrendous. If you're going to take it, have an SMG with it. Because pressuring walls is horrendous. It makes it really difficult. See, that opponent's sitting there waiting. The opponent actually fights him pretty well. It actually even cuts through the point. This is a nice little right-hand peek.
This shoots so slow. Oh, this gun's bad.
He said this gun's bad. And so what ends up happening, they get in a long drawn out fight. We don't get to see a lot of it. But what ends going to happen is Joji's going to run out of mats. Opponent takes a wall first try. Full pieces. And just a little bit I want to talk about. One, this duck back movement right here. A little bit crouch acceleration. And then he just flicks to the guy's head. With no mats.
You guys, there's a thing about me. I'm just so much better than the opposition that no matter what they do, I always outskill them in the end.
Nice little right hand peek.
Like, it's not
ducks out.
It's just
Good full boxes right there. One pumps to the head. GG's. 15 kill elimination. We saw a lot of the mechanics on display, but even if you don't have crazy mechanics, a lot of things to look at. It's the angles, the types of edits to make. Joji demonstrates it throughout this particular 15 kill arena win. We saw the clutch factor as well, hitting a 200 pup when you have to. That's just sometimes there's some situations you got to hit that bailout, and no mats when the opponent has a full piece control in your box. He does that. He clutches up. That is why LG Joji is one of the best W keys. Let's get into game number 2 and see some more of Joji's skill and what you can use to implement into your gameplay. Alright guys, we are in the second game taking a look at Joji. He's going to be landing at Believer Beach this time and not Slurpy Swamp. So we're going to get to see some of the engagements. What he does well, again, to rack up these high kill games. Yes.
oh my god.
Some free stream snipe kills. Yes, it's almost a part of every single VOD review. Don't get mad at me, get mad at Epic Games for that being a constant issue. That does boost some of their games. You're going to see 3 free eliminations from friendly stream snipers. See, decides to buy ammo there. So gold, again, you can use weapon-matics. Now spraying through. Now keying with an AR. That's just confidence. Also with him third-partying the fight. Opponent runs away, but he smartly just decides to go get a shotgun. Not a lot of ammo in it. Off spawn again with the fact that there's very limited amounts. Good clicks peek right here. 1 box away. Crack shield. Decides to back up. And as I was saying before, with the fact there being very little spraying through with the AR, very important. Gets through. Very little opportunities to get very good weapons. It is very RNG spaced off spawn. Opponent finishes the fight. Fantastic piece control and a peek, and it's white. So he's going to push aggressively. Very smartly, the opponent's incredibly weak. Now, the piece control there, the angles there, very, very good. One thing I want to talk about too is making window edits for cones is very, very good as long as you make sure to do it in a way that's not going to get you cracked. And I know that sounds kind of dumb, but if you do it quickly and with using your movement to essentially maximize your peak, which is true of all edit peaks, but especially when you're going for piece control, I feel like placing the cone, it was one of the quickest ways to keep your opponents on the same layer, especially early on when you're kind of shambles with mats and ammo and all that. You see this opponent dies right here, but notice right here he gets that front wall, and then he gets the cone, and he just immediately moves a little to the left, resets it, and holds it. Gets a nice little peek right here, and now he gets a white tack. Good crosshair placement. And then he's going to push immediately, right? He has 5 shotgun shells. He can't afford to let this fight drag out longer than it has to be. The opponent, again, kind of very pressured. Tries to spray through with the wood, but opponent also has attack, so 21 in is very weak. He gets the pick up there. Just a very good thing you can implement into your gameplay is that window peek to place a cone to keep the opponent on the same layer. It's a fantastic way to get piece control. Let's jump into the next engagement. He now has a gray pump instead of a gray tack. Good piece control right here. This is a very interesting pick. I've actually never seen this. Like, there we go. There's another example of getting the cone in. Arch edit.
25?
This is... He's got a... Look at this. And then wide open edit with opponent's weak. This engagement was definitely just... Showed a lot of just... This is just pure raw W keying skill, mechanical skill. But there's some very good things you can take away from this. So first starts off the fight. Getting high ground, going for piece control. Do you see the... Okay, I'm going to get double edits. I don't get front wall. I edit this ramp to maybe so... Hoping the opponent's there. But look, he uses the ramp as a protective... Notice crosshair right on the opponent's body. He uses the ramp right here as a kind of a way to protect himself. And the opponent edits out, but what angle does he really have? I mean, there's no line of sight for Joji to get hit. He's literally crouching behind the ramp perfectly for protection. He shoots through with a shotgun. Great way of wall take. And then again, same thing. I think that is one of the best ways. If you do a right-hand peek on a right window to get that cone in. He misses the shot right here, but because of this scuffed type of ramp that's in the way, he makes an arch edit, which is incredibly... We see maybe Mitra do it. I see it very rarely. But it makes a nice wide open edit. 25, the opponent is weak, though. And so what do we see with weak opponents? Wide open edits. Now, the opponent's doing the best possible job he can to prevent. But if you jump, you're going to still get a little bit of the crosshair. And because of this ramp being in the way, Joji can't really get returned with any fire unless the opponent hits him, and with him being full shield, that's not going to happen. So a very just technically just beautiful engagement with a little bit of uniqueness, angles, and this is again why Joji is an absolute god tier W tier. You don't see those type of engagements too often in VOD reviews, but that was just incredibly unique. Just using that ramp as protection, using an arch edit, and then a 6 tile edit, all to end a fight.
It's so satisfying farming with this pickaxe. Like, I just want to farm all game.
Now you're going to see the first use of the recon scanner, one of the most broken weapons, just because of the fact that it's infinite ammo and the fact that the cooldown isn't significantly long.
Good one, man.
Gets a nice little free elimination as well on the opponent from the third party. Spraying through with the AR. Fantastic pickaxe bait again. Gets opponents to make that type of edit all the time, just being ready for it. Doesn't even go for the loot. Shoots recon scanner. Tries to get the pickaxe through, or gets piece control through. Doesn't get it. Look at the mechanics on display. Opponent actually makes a fantastic read right there.
Alright, Booga. Zemp, you're actually so bad at the game.
Zemp, I believe, a very good player. But Joji just a little bit better. And Joji coming in with the third party. But the opponent actually reads the double pickaxe. It's a minor mistake from Joji right here. 1, 2. Double swing will always get you before. Notice how he baited the pickaxe. And this is the time when he gets the double swing. He actually times it perfectly. Opponent even makes a nice little ramp edit on him. Now they're about probably around the same HP.
Alright. Booga.
And hits a nice little 119 shot.
Zemp, you're actually so bad at the game.
That's why he's dancing on him. Nice little cone right there. Spraying through, he wants to get full control. This is a great technique to do too. If you have this recon scanner, shooting it in your box is fantastic when you're in a fight.
Oh my god, that's so OP. Jeez, my friend.
Nice to see the zone war mechanics on display. Oh my, fantastic piece control. Get the side angle. The opponent only has one ramp. Now he double swings here. Tries to cut him off. Notice crosshair always following the opponent. And then this is just awareness. Awareness in a fight. He goes, we're definitely getting chopped. He says, nah, nah, nah. I'm jumping off of you. I'm going to deal with this person chopping. And I'll get to you in a minute. And then he just looks up and fries the opponent. Good aim right there. And then you got recon scanner and you know exactly where that other opponent is. Nice.
Oh.
Opponent gets sniped, which is a little bit unfortunate. And notice prioritizing slurp cannon. Again, like it's nice having recon scanner, but if your goal is to W key and get high elimination games, having quick heals, access to be able to just heal up as quickly as you want and get whites and get basically an infinite 50 is kind of what I would use it as. Good, gets that high wall off right there. Opponent falls to the ground. Nice 71 crack. He goes on the old loot. Gets it right there. Attempts the full box. Got a right hand peek peanut butter. And the opponent, he's going to definitely win that. Again, lever versus pump at that range. Now this is something we saw in the Vongro review. Just take these free eliminations when they come. If people that are overbuilding, build fighting, he gets a free elimination. And then he also gets crack on the opponent that does recognize it. There's so many times where these engagements are type free. And then again, same type deal. Just chop down. You don't have to burn through your mats. Good crosshair placement. Finish the fight. Just take your W's when you can. Play like... If you're going for high kill games, no one's going to... You know, you might say you're playing like a you know what, but... You know, you punish players that aren't playing intelligently. Play intelligent.
You? Wait, are you streaming too? Did someone go into your chat and say it?
Now here's someone launchpad on top of this old build. A massive 140. See the mechanics on display. He's got to hit about 3 shots.
That's what I like to see right there.
Doesn't hit a single one.
Oh my god. So you just came into my chat after you died in Solar Arena?
Fantastic. That's good preemptive piece control. The opponent hasn't had a time to get a significant amount of heals off.
After you died in Solar
And like I said, also, just to mention that the slurp can that he's carrying comes from llamas. So notice pickaxe bait's there because he wants opponent to edit out because he's weak. He realizes the opponent's going to edit out to the side, get double piece control, get that back wall just in case. The opponent's still in build mode and he ends up get a nice free finish.
Yeah. Launching VODs, were you in the car? No, I launch padded 3 times to get to you.
Now here's this opponent sitting on the gold vending machine here, or Mendomatic, whatever. Now notice as he sees him right here, so what is he going to do? He's just going to get wall right here. Right hand peek. He's going to play with his food a little bit. And then just recognize the breakthrough. It's going to be a free elimination on someone in very shambles. Not the best player. Excuse me. Ooh, nice 30 tack off the bounce at Believer Beach. You see the zone room mechanics on display. Full box cone, fantastic. Now he chokes the reset there, which is...
Yeah, no, that's actually not good at all.
It's okay, you're going to see him and then use it kind of as a quick 50 pot, because it does 15.
I don't warm up. Unless it's the tournament. I just like prank creative.
Oh, that full box is so nice. Good reset.
I thought he was gonna headshot me with his Deagle right there.
That was really, really good. He catches them off so much cone. You see the mechanics of display, the piece controls display, but it's also the angles that combine with it and the movement that just make it just what takes someone who's like good, a creative warrior, as to someone who's just an excellent in-game fighter. Like it's just the efficiency is he gets wall right here, cone off. He tries to get him. Is not successful, goes back up, immediately makes sure he covers his head with a cone, edits through, recognizes the opponent, jumps to the right immediately, edits through, and then I believe he's going to get the cone right there, the opponent, and then he even has the wherewithal to notice his opponent drops to the right. So he gets that front wall, and he's like, okay, I got to keep him on the same layer. Cone, back wall, and the opponent's full boxed. This is a right-hand peek. So 157, so he wins the trade. Now he still is one tack to a shotgun, but the opponent has a deagle out and has got to hit a headshot here for him to die, and then immediately quick reset in case, gets a nice little finish, and we're already up to 14 eliminations in this game already. We're going to see how many he ends up getting. Still fighting at Believer Beach where he landed. Trying to run the course, spray through. Little clicks exploit. Opponent does frame off shield, which is kind of sometimes what you have to do. Is when an opponent is kind of worse than you, just take it, just go in. You kind of clicks exploited in, wait till the wall was one tap. Got in. Bloom fighting. Might have been the worst. Crosshair placement now immediately notice again, creating a lot of space when you're weak. Get your heals off and to go to zone. Immediately, once you see that, you got to know. Oh, fantastic.
No, there's a brick wall there. Who put that there?
Now he wants to end this fight quickly. He doesn't have a lot of mats. And fantastic. He gets the opponent. Just take a look. And this is what you can do to capitalize. So the opponent just fried you, and they're going to have the blood in the water. You know, blood is in the water types. Like, I got to go and get this elimination. Kind of what Joji does. Just Joji is just significantly better at closing it out. The opponent doesn't use his mats as efficiently on defense as Joji does. Now, again, Railgun's going to break through two structures, so make sure that when you are healing, to either place a ramp in front of you, but I think even a better method is just to heal in a cone because it protects you from all angles. So the opponent sprays through. Now notice he's shooting the ramp. Now he does a good attempt. The opponent actually gets the ramp in there in time to block. It was good crosshair placement. But immediately he places his own cone. It's a nice little peanut butter crack for 90. And then edits out because he knows he has control of this wall, but there's a brick wall preventing him. Then he immediately resets and goes up. Now the opponent has to go back the way he came because he's not going to be able to break through Joji's metal. So 39, and then right here. He has around 300 builds. He wants to end this fight quickly. He has no more on his slurp cannon, and he sees the opponent sitting right here. He wants to spray through. Notice the opponent doesn't have a cone, so he places the cone. And so now this opponent traps him on the same layer. He edits through with the blueprints to get him down. He gets both cones. Opponent's jumping, trying to build, and then Joji gets the finish on a fake NRG clicks. And now we're up to 16 eliminations in this gameplay. He gets a huge refresh of at least brick. He gets some siphon, and then he can use his slurp cannon when he's not fighting. 16, and then there's two more opponents. I believe he's going to be an 18 kill one. Now,
That wasn't him. He had a special character.
now he hears an opponent taking a big. And then gets a max cap refresh. And then there's a 1v1. You hear the opponent taking a big.
Oh my god.
I kind of want to talk about the mistake there. I'll go He kind of just goes 50-50 mode here. I'm not even going to lie. Just very intelligent W King up to this point. But this was just... This is where sometimes, like... One, it's confidence. But two, it's just like... Against better players, this isn't going to work. And he probably knows that, obviously. But if you're struggling to W key... So one, the opponent, again, double swings, but he does get the wall. Now, he just runs in. And then we get to the point, it's like, oh, Jesus, we missed a pump. Now we're going to rely on aim, and we're not controller. We get good aim, but we fortunately have that ramp to get up and out. My opponent edits out, and then he flips the ramp to protect himself, get himself back out. Just a little bit of 50-50. If you just stay on that wall, it'll be a little bit safer. But he has Slurp Candies, get biddies off. And it goes 168 health. And the same thing, the opponent is building out of wood. He just clicks exploits, jumps through, hits a 90 tag, so he ends up winning the spray. But still 2 50-50s engagement. Could have gone the other way. You never know. When you're just, wow, this 50-50 in, you can let bad players kill you. Just overall, though, Joji just dominant again. 18 kill win, 15 kill win, 33 eliminations in this VOD review. We saw, obviously, top-tier mechanics, piece control, but just the angles, maximizing it, the movement, maximizing it. Already understanding the meta, the use of the recon, use of the Slurp Cannon, and being able to fight with any of the with lower-tier weapons. You saw him pretty much the entire first game having to use gray pump, green pump, and then eventually being gifted with a spaz. This game doesn't even get up to a spaz, so just the fighting, it really, this season kind of, if you can fight incredibly well and just understand your angles, your piece control, like even if your weapons aren't that good, those good players are still going to be take over. And if you're struggling without spaz, this is a perfect guy to someone to watch. A lot of just clinical stuff on display. The aim, very, very obviously very good. The just mechanics are top notch. You know, probably I would put him in top 10, top 5 mechanics. NA East is incredibly gifted mechanically. But overall, guys, I hope you did enjoy today's VOD review. If you did, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I hope I'll be seeing the next one. Peace.